Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Not going to be long. Just want to make a video regarding the matter of the name that we say we are and can lay claim to, giving honor and praise to the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth, the Most High. This is the word here, Yisrael. Now, for those who say Hebrew has no vowels, they will say this is Yashara'Allah or Yashu. Ra'al or Yasharal. You see it different ways said by those who say Hebrew has no vowels. And this is no disrespect intended, nonetheless. But ah is a vowel. It's a sound. What a vowel is in actuality is a written sound. So if you were to say this is Yashara'Allah, you're still saying vowels with it, just saying it as ah. Alright, so we just want to point that out. Now, next thing to point out with this, brothers and sisters, where we're seeing Israel, this is the Yod, the Kirik, the Sin, the Shawar, the Resh with the Kwamat, and the Lamed with the Zareh. Now, let's look at this very carefully. This Yod that you see right here, right, making a Y sound, alright, serves as a prefix. So if you were to just say this here, the Sin and the Resh, right? It comes from the root word Sarah. The word Sarah in Hebrew means to contend. Alright? So we want to point that out for reference purposes. So now this Yod serves as the third person, the third person masculine, singular, future tense. Why do we want to point out, brothers and sisters, the aspect of it saying in future tense is this? Because this word here, El, right? It comes from the root word ayil. The word ayil, brothers and sisters, means to have power or to be mighty or to have strength. So that's something we want to point out in that particular regard. So what are we saying, brothers and sisters, in this particular case? Is this Yod, all right, serving as a prefix, showing the future tense of this root word here, meaning as stated to contend. And this one here, El, translated loosely by saying God, speaking of the Creator. Yisrael would mean, brothers and sisters, El, the Creator, will contend. That's what that means in that particular case. So many times brothers and sisters would say that Yisrael means Prince of the Power. In spirituality, perhaps. But if you want to talk about the aspect of literal meaning, or if you want to talk about the aspect of linguistics, as opposed to just spiritual aspect of why Jacob was given that name, this is what we want to point out in that particular case. Now, as stated, this is not going to be long. Just wanted to point this out for reason and purposes and so forth and so on. All right. We want to emphasize, as been pointed out in other videos, that Yisrael is not from Isis, Ra, and El. That's something that was purported by Masons and people of that kind of nature to try to throw people off from the truth of what it is. You understand? It is not from Isis, Ra, and El. Isis is not even an Egyptian god or goddess. That's a whole nother subject. We're not going to get too far into that particular aspect. And brothers and sisters, El, we want to talk about a little bit, if you will. All right? Let's look at that. Many times people say that El was a Canaanite deity and then say that the Israelites adopted it. Saying El, brothers and sisters, is no different than saying the quote-unquote loose term in English, God. You understand? So if somebody said God in 1604 and then somebody said God in 2004, one did not borrow it. We have to just know and understand, brothers and sisters, what the speaker or author is talking and conveying. All right? So as pointed out, this word here, El, comes from the root word, all right, Ayil, which means to be mighty or to have strength. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 32, you read La'el Yadeka, meaning speaking about power in your hand. All right, now, brothers and sisters, in the scriptures, before Ham came into existence, Ham is the father of Canaan, right? You had a person named Mahalalel, all right? And you have the word El in that man's name. So that's something we want to point out in that particular regard. You have Mahalalel, Mahalalel, all right? That's in the book of Genesis, all right? That was even before, brothers and sisters, Ham even came into existence, much less Canaan. So El, identifying power, mighty, so forth and so on, was already known among the people even before the Hamite dispensation came into the earth. All right, so we just want to point that out for reason and purposes. With that, shalom.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Giving honor and praise unto the Most High, the Creator, the Maker of heaven and earth. If I can be heard well and people are in good spirits, please press the number 4. If I can be heard well and people are in good spirits, please press the number 4. All right? Let me know how the audio sound is and so forth. Thank you for that, family. In this short presentation, brothers and sisters, we are going to deal with the matter of a newly released book. Brothers and sisters, the name of the book is called Hebrew for Couples Remastered. All right? The book is over 70 pages. The link is in the description. If you follow it, it's on the platform. All right? So, again, we hope, we pray that everybody is well and will be better. Thank you for that, family. We are going to, brothers and sisters, with, say, the timing allotted here, get into this presentation. Asking you to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family. This should pull up right here in this particular case. All righty. And if it doesn't, then I would have to do the share screen thing again. All right. In this particular case. All righty. Now, again, hoping and praying everybody as well will be better. Not sure how many people are in the chat now. But again, if I can be heard well and people are in good spirits, please sit there and press the number 4. All right. Thank you for that, family. Let us get into this here. Danitepublications.com. This should be able to be seen now. Cool. The new book is out, Hebrew for Couples Remastered. In this 12 chapters, we hope that you all will learn, like, and share. The link of the book is in the description, and we here can be reached at 908-587-4841. Just for those who may care to know, brothers and sisters, while we promote and push Hebrew, and when I say push, I mean not down one's throat, but rather for those who are interested, right? We would say 908 as Tisha FS Shimona 587 Kamesha Shimona Sheba 4841 Arba Shimona Arba Ekad. All right. So for those who are interested in that particular case, as pointed out in other presentations, we want to point out that Hebrew, brothers and sisters, when we get right down, say, into it, the highest number is Rababa, all right? Understood to mean 10,000. Thence you may see 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him when you read in the book of Daniel. 10,000 times 10,000 gives you 100 million. But there is no Hebrew word for million because it comes to a point when greed does not need to be. All right? So these are just things to point out for reference purposes. All right? So again, the highest number in Hebrew is the word rababa, resh, bet, hey. All right? Now, on this number right here, 908-587-4841, you can reach out for matters of getting a personalized Hebrew class. The only thing you would have to have is the Hebrew is Easy Volume 1 through 6 book. If you need information on such, again, you can call or reach me, WhatsApp or text or regular call at the number there, 908-587-4841. All right. Thank you for that in that particular case. This is not, brothers and sisters, going to be long. Danitepublications.com. My email is like a 2 Y's, ISRAEL, the number 22 at yahoo.com. All right. YYISRAEL 22 at yahoo.com. This book is available for those who want it. It is on Amazon.com and the price is $10. The book is over 70 pages. It's the largest Hebrew book written that I wrote. Introduction, page 1, the table of contents. Chapter 1, explanation of the letters. Chapter 3, grammar and pronouns. Chapter 4, traveling and handling business. Chapter 5, family members and possession of. Chapter 6, S is not the plural in Hebrew. It's not spelled like that in there. That was just a typo in this. Apologize. Chapter 7, common expressions, nouns, and adjectives. Chapter 8, Genesis 6:19 and Genesis 7:2. Chapter 9, commonly used verbs conjugated in the first person past and present tense. Chapter 10, the matter with the word wash and the nephal stem. Chapter 11, the matter with the word speak and want. Chapter 12, the use of al. All right, so these are things, again, just to say, point out, if we will, for reference purposes. All righty, thank you for that. If there's any questions or comments, please feel free, again, to reach out to me, brothers and sisters. All right. And in looking at this, thank you for typing it. It really means a lot when people type in the number 4. It really does, believe it or not. And looking at it in that particular case. So pulling this back up again. All right. The matter of the word wash and the nephal stem. The matter of the word speak and want. The use of al. All right. Page 75. Because again, as stated, there are over in this particular book, brothers and sisters, over 70 pages. All right. So there's no typos in the table of contents itself. This is just when I was doing the PowerPoint here real quickly. Sorry about that, family. All right. So again, anybody with a question or comments, please reach out to me at the number that you see across the screen. Thank you for that. We hope, we pray that everybody is well and will be better. Thank you for that, brothers and sisters. All right.
Shalom, shalom. Giving honor to the creator of heaven and earth. Want to go over this, not going to be long. Want to go over verb and noun. Let us look at this, brothers and sisters. We have the word here, hora or hore. Now, in this particular case, we're dealing with it as a verb. All right? Hore, in this case, in the Hefel stem, which in root means to teach. Okay. All right. So then we have this word here, more. The word more means teacher. So what do we see so far? The verb and then the noun with the prefix of it with the mem there. This is a male teacher. Then we have this word here, and we can say it also as Hore. Now, in this case, we're not dealing with it as a verb, but as a noun. And this means parent, a male parent. Now, we have this word here. Okay? And we have it as Morah. The word Morah meaning teacher, a female teacher. All right? Then we have here the word Hora. Okay? Hora meaning female parent. So what do we see so far? Hore in root meaning to teach, the verb. More, a teacher, a male one that is. Hore, in this case treated as a noun, the male parent. Then we have Morah, meaning female teacher or a teacher that's a female. Then we have Hora, a parent that's a female. And we have here the word Torah, generally said as law, but the word Torah really means teaching or instruction. For instance, when you read in the book of Proverbs, and it says, forsake not the teaching of thy mother, all right? Al tishkat Torat imerka. Forsake not the teaching of thy mother. So we just want to point that out. So we have a teacher, a male parent, a female teacher, a female parent. So what do we get out of this? The teachers are parents, and most definitely the parents are teachers. And what are they supposed to teach? The instructions. So just want to show how the Hebrew works in this particular case. All right, you can see that the O and the R sound is still there. The O and the R sound is still there. You may have a change with the mem or the tau or in root with the hey, but the general premise of the sound is still there. Unlike English, when teaching and instruction, those words do not sound alike. Whereas teacher and parent in English does not sound alike in root, all right, linguistically. So just want to point that out. Hebrew is easy. Get the book on Amazon. Shalom.